back. I'm back. I'm back. Don't y'all forget to hit that like, that subscribe. If you ever see this video that pass by, you subscribe to the channel. Just a little guy off today. So I'm off today. So I'm just going to just check out what Diddy got going on today. I'm going to be nosy like the rest of the world is nosy. As everybody is waiting to see what is actually going to happen with this trial and how is it going to unfold. We are definitely in awe of this situation. We've been on it. We've been following it. We've been hearing about it for quite some time. So now we have came to the last week. I believe that they say that this is actually going to be the last week of this trial. So we don't know how for sure that is. We don't know that if they're just pulling our legs, or they are just trying to keep us in sync and in direct contact with the whole case. But I am definitely down with the prize. I want to see, I want to know how this is going to turn out, how it's going to be. We don't know, so we'll know when the fat lady sings. I don't know if she's going to actually sing or not, but if she does, we hope that we don't get suffocated in the fat lady singing. We don't want to get suffocated in the fat lady singing. It seems like Diddy is in a Didious type of trouble. So we just following people that is on the grounds right now, people that is out there looking at the situation right here, where we stand right now. We're gonna see how the courts is going to rule on this. So we just don't know. So we're tuning in and we're just trying to find out.
Kid Cudi, isn't it true in the 1 year that you were seeing Cassie that you had consensual sex? Sidebar. Anytime Puffy's lawyers tried to establish that Cassie was involved sexually with other people other than Puffy, Kid Cudi, Brianna Boglin, the NFL player, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh my.
Anytime that was brought up, Cassie continued to have sexual relations with Jules, who was one of the male entertainers that she reached out to call, right? Whenever they tried to establish that, the prosecution would object and call a sidebar. You understand? Everybody saw this. Everybody heard this. You didn't hear it because you not here. All of y'all coming in my comment section saying this, saying that, you speaking from pure emotion. Because if you were here, you would have saw me, right? You would have saw the people and you would have a different opinion.
Well, right now, what's happening is everybody is trying to convince everybody of their side of the story, what's going on with Diddy boy. So they don't know. A lot of people having conflicting stories, especially when it comes to the case. We know that this week is the last week, as they say. It could be. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. The last week. Some people are waiting for the team. Some people are waiting for the team to come out in the defense and give their arguments and presenting witnesses. Now, word on the street is that the defense team has got away from the witnesses, and there is no witnesses on the defense team. Now, I don't know how true that is, but Diddy better hope not. Diddy better hope somebody out there come forth and speak on his behalf. Don't y'all forget to subscribe, follow, share. Diddy better hope and pray somebody come and speak on his behalf, on the defense side. Man, if nobody shows up to speak in his stead, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be really bad for the whole Diddy drama, the whole Diddy team of what's being taking place right now. So we don't know right now because it's still early. Court just started. I believe it's a little farther up time right now, especially especially where they are located right now in Texas. We know that it is 9:28 a.m. at this very moment. And as we speak right now in New York, New York time right now would be 10:28. So yeah, court just not getting popping. It's 10:28. You know, judges get there late, prosecutors get there late, defense get there late. The inmate been there since 4 o'clock this morning. Wake them up out the bed about 3 o'clock. Eat a little cozy, nice little breakfast that ain't worth a damn, and then they come back about 4 o'clock, call him out of his chambers, call him out of his bunk bed, and then head him on down to the courthouse, get him shipped over there to the courthouse to get ready for trial. So he's going to sit there until everybody is in place and nobody rushes to get into the courtroom. So we know that court time is open, the court is open, but we know that the people, the courtroom is probably not be open. The court is open, but the courtroom not open. So we don't think that the trial has took off. Now, word on the street, ladies and gentlemen, word on the street is that the defense team has an issue. The defense team saying that there is no witnesses that's going to come forth on the defense side. Now, we're going to hope that's not true. Now, I heard somebody on YouTube saying that not too long ago. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't confirm that, but we're going to hope and we're going to pray that some witnesses are involved on the defense side. However, you know, if there's no witnesses, that's going to be a pretty bad situation for Diddy and Diddy's end. That's going to be a bad situation because there's no way they're going to be able to run this case and don't have no witnesses, and the defense just going to get up and give, you know, their remarks, and they just go ahead and go into verdict mode, go into letting the jury go ahead and plan out their decision making skills so far. So we don't know what's going on, but we are following. We are following it. So far, we already know that what's been going on prior to it. We already know that case had been tripping. We already know that. We already know that all these people that came forth, you know, really ain't really been. It hasn't been no solid proof and true evidence. It hasn't been reputable enough, you know, to really just have a RICO charge. But however, you have some people, legal analysts and bloggers, they are saying that RICO is definitely there, but I don't see RICO, and other people don't see RICO. We do see ass whooping. However, we do see a lot of ass whooping. We do see a lot of throwing around. We see drugs, you know, but we don't see criminal enterprise being taken place because even witnesses has came forth and say that it was during his personal time that a lot of stuff that took place. It was during his personal time. So I don't know how in the hell they're going to frame this in a way that Diddy have a RICO charge. I don't know how they're going to frame it, but we're following it. We're listening to other people. That's what we're doing right now. We're listening to other people, what they have to say and how they feel.
Whenever I fly into New York City, and we go there sometimes to cover things.
Okay, yeah, we're seeing how other people feel about it, taking notes, parading the internet, and see how we can get a better quality answer to what's going on in the courtroom. Unfortunately, it has not popped off yet.
Thanks so much to New Life Plan for the $10
Okay.
super.
All right. All right. So we don't really have any good information. Now we can go over to
What happens next? So
inner city press. Now we can go over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and we can see is there any word or any talk on their channel. And see, let's see. Yeah. Let's see what inner city. All right, inner city press. See what they got going on. I love his commentary. Matthew Russell Lee, inner city press have great commentary most of the times. Uh, just an hour ago, he said that the U.S. versus Sean Combs. This is day 28. The U.S. summary witness, then Combs case, Rule 29 motions and some mutations. Thursday, inner city press is covering. Let's see, week 6 auto book on trial. Okay, he haven't said anything. Let's see, and who paid for was travel. Let's see, yeah. We don't see. Okay, closing argument set to start on Thursday, June the 26th. The question is, will jurors reach a verdict before July 4th or long break before deliberations? No, cannot listen. They are using headphones for their action. That's why the threads are lagged. Okay. Just an hour ago, U.S. appeals release. Okay. All right. We just checking out the Diddy case. We seeing what's going on in the courtroom right now. On Sunday, prosecutors filed a motion to stay the release. The media to see. Okay. All right. There's not really nothing just hot boiling right now. There's not a lot hot boiling in the courtroom when it comes to the case. All right. All right. I don't know what that means, Nathan Mays. I don't know what you mean by that, but we don't do no drama over here. I will block anybody that comes with drama and playing around on the internet. You don't have nothing else to do. Grown ass men want to play on the internet. We don't do none of that. I'm grown. I'm 44 years old. So anybody come with just playing around and ain't got nothing else to do, I don't have time to play with grown ass men at all. I don't. Not me. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the podcast with Soul. I like their commentary. So we can also see what they are talking about right now. Let's see. Podcast with Soul.
And have sex. He likes to have freaky sex. He likes to invite over a dude, a freak off, a hotel night, a wild night. Is nothing more than Jane Doe and Puffy inviting over Cabral or Antoine or Guido or whoever, and he stand there and watch. He be butt naked, stand there and watch, and he masturbate while he watching them. That's a freak off. Same thing with Cassie. They would invite the Punisher over. He would stand there.
Yo, welcome in. We're just checking out the trial. We're trying to get some answers, see what's going on in the courtroom. Listening to other YouTubers that's on the grounds right now. Don't forget, y'all forget to hit that subscribe. Come on in.
After the Punisher,
subscribe. Come on in. Talk to me.
Antoine or Cabral or whatever male entertainer came over and had sex with Cassie or Jane Doe. Once they was done, Puffy would tell them to leave, and then Puffy, would have sex with Jane Doe and Cassie. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's nothing more. That's what come out in court. There's nothing more.
All right.
There's nothing more. That's it.
So basically what they're saying, basically the main thing that is going on in the courthouse right now is that they're just discussing and they're just talking about some of the stuff with Diddy. Diddy, this whole case is just about sex. I mean, literally, there's really no there is no powerful key points. There is no exposing of anything like that went down in the case. None of that is going down in the case. There's no exposure, just about a bunch of sexual activity. Basically, he is being cooked for liking sex. That's basically what Diddy is going through. It's kind of 50-50 of a gray shade, whether he's going to win, he's going to lose, it's in between, because the prosecutors made some points and the defense made some points, small argument, a small talk back and forth. I don't think this case is going to last long. I think it's probably going to end between now and Thursday. A lot of people want to know, is it going to be before the 4th of July? We just don't know yet. It's too early to tell at this moment, but we're listening.
Initiated freak-offs. She had sex with Jules outside when Puffy wasn't around, and Jane Doe, you know her style. This what she do. Jane Doe sell kitty cat. Jane Doe sell the water balloon. Bear gave her $9,000, flew her out to Vegas on his private jet with his old lady, and Antoine was already out. You know what I'm saying? It's all a frame up, man. It's all a frame up. There's nothing more. There's nothing more. And all the girls was jealous of each other. They was all jealous of each other. They was all jealous. They was all jealous. Puffy had a lot of honeys. Right? That's it. And it did him in. It did him in. Same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. So, I don't see, asking me, has the government proven beyond a reasonable doubt that this man, SEX trafficked Cassie? Hell no. How? She had her own crib. Has this man, has the federal government, Southern District of New York, proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Puffy SEX trafficked Jane Doe? Hell.
Basically, that's the question that's being raised right now. Has the government proved that? Melissa saying they proved it all. I think they proved it all. How? I mean, how? She admitted, and she said that she loved it all. Okay? She admitted, she said she loved it all. She loved every bit of it. She loved everything that took place. She had a good time with it. She loved every chocolate drop. She loved that black man. Okay? And she said that he's, as of today, okay, well, he need to be charged for buying pussy. Okay? This case is not about buying pussy. It's not. It's really not. But I understand that's the mentality of that's taking place right now. I do understand that's the mentality that's taking place with the courts. They are sneaking and trying to use that as the cover up as paid trafficking. But is they have not proved their point. But I think he's still not gonna make it regardless. I don't think he's gonna make it. I really don't. They want him so bad, and the government would do everything that they have to, and do everything in their power to get such, especially federal. They work hard to get what they need, unless you have a jury that can see between the lines of crap. Now, if you have a jury that can see between the lines of the bullshit, if you have a jury that can see between the lines of the bullshit, you may have yourself something. But it do not look like the government has proved their case. Let's keep reading, listening.
Oh, no. These were willing participants. Both of them were willing participants. They said it in the text messages. They mentioned it in the text messages. The text messages that you never saw because mainstream media is not going to report that. All of the mainstream media, when I first got here, was trying to get me out of here. All of the black female reporters, they be in the courtroom. We be up on the 24th floor in the overflow on 26. They look at me, all of the black female reporters, the girl from CNN, the girl from ABC, the girl from CBS, the girl from the Breakfast Club, all of them shunned me and had like a condescending uh, attitude toward me, like I'm already a journalist. I'm with ABC and CBS, looking down upon me, but I could see in their dome they really admired me because as an independent journalist, I'm able to say what they know is the truth, but they can't say. So they really looked at me and they admired what I could do that they can't do because their paycheck is.
I can't get with Tisa Tells. I mean, very pretty woman. Uh, uh, Tisa Tells very pretty. I mean, every time I look at us video, I'll be like, Lord have mercy. I mean, very pretty, very pretty. I mean, her that skin she got. I don't know what she putting on her skin. She got to be putting horse piss or something on her skin. Uh, 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 rabbit spit. I don't, I don't know what Tissa Tales is putting on her skin, but the girl is absolutely gorgeous. But her ideology is messed up. I just can't take Tissa Tales. I can't take it. I can't take it. It's like you know, I can't listen to reporters that's in the courtroom and you're only there because you're waiting on the guilty verdict. You're not there to analyze the case and be non-biased about the case, about any case. Okay. If you are analyzing a case and you go into the courtroom looking for a guilty verdict, you're gonna always not listen to the details. Okay, you're gonna always not listen to the plan. You know, you're not gonna listen to a lot of stuff, especially when it comes from the defense side, because you're gonna feel like, hey, you know, he's guilty. Yeah, I was just in the courtroom and he's guilty, and you know, woo, 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 woo. That's not gonna help. That don't help. That don't help when you are biased in your reporting, and you are using your own emotion. You know, I've been through that when I fight cases for myself. I'm a pro se litigant. So when I fight cases for myself, I I've learned to fight cases without using my emotions because the emotions can ruin the case and put you outside of the bracket of law because you feel a certain kind of way. That does not mean that your emotions will stand up in the courts. You have to judge every situation according to and on basis with the law. And that's why a lot of pro se people who go in to fight their own case, they have a hard time making it through the case because they pissed off and they mad and they just want some revenge. That don't work in a court of law. You can't fight a case based on revenge, pissed off, mad. You have to put all that to the side and you have to listen to what's actually going on. Let's continue.
Dependent upon what the narrative is given to them by the powers that be. And whenever they see, when they first saw me, they was trying to get rid of the God. But you can't get rid of Sean G. You can't get rid of Sean G.
Okay.
They going to the marshals. They going to the 5-0. They going to the 5-0, ratting on Sean.
Okay, he cool. He cool to listen to, but I can't see. I can't listen to people that's reporting, and you start talking about your own damn accolades. This is not the time for your accolades. Right now, we're trying to find out what's going on with the case. What is that? What are they saying in the courtroom? And what is people feeling? What is the atmosphere about? Okay, so that is a no-go. Okay, but we already see here court has definitely started and it's going down. And actually, a reporter that's on the ground should not be on YouTube. They should be taking notes right now. They should be taking notes. Uh, but however, let's see.
Want to know the secret of authentic?
They should be taking notes. We don't want to hear your accolades and who don't like you and who looking at you, checking you out, your pimp swag and things like that. So when it comes to Diddy right now, we don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Is Diddy gonna make it? Is he gonna make it? Uh, right now, Joseph Cecilio, a special agent for the Homeland Security investigations, walked through another chart that says that maps out records surrounding a September the 17th, 2023 trip Jane took with Sean Diddy Combs to New York. The chart shows a flight and a hotel record. See, what they're trying to prove, they are trying to prove the prostitution part of it. That's the part they stuck on. They feel like, okay, we can't get him in no other area, but let's try to get him on buying pussy. Okay, that's where let's just key and zone in on the buying pussy battle. Like that's what everybody doing. They zoning in on that. They're trying to put that into a RICO charge because other people were going out buying things for him. So they're trying to put all of that into an organized crime and an enterprise of people. Okay, you're trying to take a whole bunch of testimonies for people that the prosecution has brought in. You're bringing in all these people and you're trying to build this enterprise of crime. And you're having a hard time doing it because everybody that's getting up, they keep saying, no, we was on a personal time. We wasn't on the clock. We wasn't at work. What did he work you overtime? Did you ever have to work late? No. I mean, we work late sometimes, but we didn't commit crimes on the clock. So they want to see, was he able to commit crimes on the clock so they can go ahead and tie everybody into this. But I'm gonna tell you, I believe that the downfall is gonna come where I think that a lot of people going to jail. Okay, it's not gonna be over. You see, when you're dealing with a RICO case, you may get the ringleader on RICO, but then you go back and you get everybody else. Okay, because all these people getting on the stand talking, and they got all these agreements that as long as they talk, nothing will happen. Okay, but the feds have a way to run this shit back. Like they say, run it back. They got a way of running it back. Okay, so once they try, if Diddy was to get guilty, once they come back and try to get Diddy, they're gonna come back and file charges on every goddamn body. Watch what I tell you. This is not over when it's over. It's not over until the fat lady sing. And one thing, when the fat lady sing, boy, she loud as hell. She gonna sing real loud. Let's tune in. Let's see what's going on.
Respected. You just want me for a hotel binge. Then she writes, I don't want to be used and locked into a room to fulfill your fantasy. Sean Combs says, that was podcast talk. What? So she don't want to be locked up in a room. So right now they're showing that she's locked in a room just to fulfill his fantasies. So even if she did willingly want to be there, she was locked in a room. She don't want to be used and abused, Diddy. But he said, I'm just talking on a podcast. That's all that was, just podcast talk. And then what? Jane writes, I don't want to feel obligated to perform these nights for you for fear of losing the roof over my head. How does Diddy respond? He writes, girl, stop. Then some audio messages are sent. So Diddy's basically saying, listen, you gonna F for a buck, all right? You gonna lose that house if you don't do as I say so. That's what girl stop. That's what girl stop means. If you didn't know what girl stop means, grown men
right.
Girl stop. But if you do, you gotta say it. Girl stop. So that's basically saying, girl stop the bullshit. You about to do what I'm telling you to do. The only time a nigga say girl stop, the only time you hear a nigga say girl stop, that nigga wants you to do what he wants you to do. But then some audio messages are sent.
Right. So it's amazing how the people that want to see Diddy locked up is the main people who are here buying pussy. Man, everybody in that courtroom and bought some snacks. Everybody in that courtroom and bought some snacks. Okay, that's why they're trying to put all eyes on Diddy. But this coming back up, it's not over. Let's rock it. It's not over.
Oh boy.
It's not over. It's coming back up. They think.
What does Jane send to Diddy? A photo that Jane asked, I didn't have time to bring the heels if someone can get them. What does Diddy text her next? He asked, movie or entertainment night? Let me know if the hotel is needed.
Yeah.
What up?
See, Diddy was playing. He was. You see, Diddy was doing. He was on his player cards because okay, he brought these women in. Uh, as they say, he flew them in. He picked them up, bodyguards or whatever, went in and got these women inside of his place. And Diddy was paying rent. He was doing all this different stuff. You know what I have seen in prostitution cases is when you get busted on a prostitution case, state-wise, the way that the investigator will ask a question to you that will see, do you know this person? You know, I've seen in court filings where the investigator or police, the undercover, that pops them and finally catch them and say, hey, what's her name? Or her name is Candy. Okay, Candy, do you know her real name? No, she's just a friend that I just know. But you know, that's her street name, Candy. You don't know her name to be Teresa Barnes. God damn it. Because you're not interested in Teresa Barnes. You're interested in trying to find out what that sugar do. Okay? You are here to buy some candy. So he just know her by her sweet name, which is sweet banana pudding cherry pie. Okay? So those questions is to signify, do you know this person? Or if you just know this person by their nickname, that's a possibility you just caught up with them or you're just spending time. So the rules of investigation is even corrupt in this case because really it's not really a crime to give somebody some money or pay their rent. It's not a crime. If a woman decide to give you some snatch because you did something for her, how is it a crime? Where's the crime? You're telling me that I can't get a bad thought who gave me a good night and I can't buy her a burger? If I get a bad thought, even though I don't buy cootie cat, I don't do that. You know, I don't have to. Okay, I got a nice little thing at home going on. You know, but if I go out and I buy cootie cat and I buy this woman a burger, I bought a prostitute.
Samuel, what's going on, Lily?
You bought a prostitute, according to the United States government. So I don't know how they're going to resolve this, reproving, reproving the enterprise of sexual misconduct. Because with all honesty, as I said in other videos, the judge has already made up his mind that he's guilty. The judge don't like him no damn way. So we got a problem right there. Number one, the judge has sided with the prosecution.
Brandon Paul.
The judge has sided with the prosecution. Let's you know, so that's just what it is. Let's see. Okay. So we're just trying to see, keep up with what's going on in this courtroom. Don't y'all forget to follow, like, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We're just talking about Diddy and what Diddy got going on. This is supposed to be the last week of the case. We're following up on the case early in the morning. Happy Monday. Get you a cup of coffee. Get you some Starbucks. Get you some donut shop coffee. Go get you some folders in your cup, or go get you some community coffee from the gas station, whatever you use. Make sure you put a little caffeine in your system. Try not to get too much. Stay away from the monsters unless you get a Monster Zero. You know, do something to keep your eyes open, keep your mind awake, and keep yourself going and being with and being without this. Woo, and being without excuse. You want to make sure that you're having a happy, good day. A happy, good day. That's what we want to be mindful of, to have a happy, good day and not be so mean. Smile today. Smile at somebody. This is going to be a good week. This New Year. I have a lot planned this week. I'm getting ready for a parade that I'm going to be sponsoring and doing myself. I'm going to be out looking for supporters. looking for sponsors and things like that for the parade I have coming up here in Houston, Texas. We're going to do that next year, but I want to go ahead and get started. So I have a lot of work on my hand I want to do. So that means I got to work for my personal well-being, and I got to work for my nonprofit organization. We're going to be doing some great things, and we want to see the community rise. We want to see a difference. We want to see some things. We don't just want to fight behind politics. We want to also fight to save our community, save our the things that we have, you know, to grow. So don't y'all forget, if you can, if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow this channel. My plan is to use all of the proceeds of this channel to help people and do different things, and make people's lives a little bit more happier, a little bit more merrier as time goes by. So, and I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to like, to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Listen, I need you to subscribe. Can you do that for me? If you don't mind, subscribe to. I'm just a little fat, short black man from Texas. I like to eat collard greens and poke bones and pork chops and and chitlins and all that different kind of stuff, and homemade cowboy chili, all that. You know, I'm off today, so I'm just using my little sweet time in the morning to get on here and entertain some of you that stop in and things like that. I don't have a large following. The following I do have, they don't really give a damn, you know, because the crowd is not here yet. I don't have a professional setup like everybody else right now. I am working on that. So we're just having a great conversation. We just checking out this whole Diddy thing. It's supposed to end now. No later than Thursday. The Diddy case is supposed to just go away. They're supposed to come to a decision. Everybody's saying that it may be before the 4th of July. We don't know, but we're gonna see. Let's see. Let's see what the surprise witness.
Follow the rules. I try to follow the rules best I can. Okay. But Inner City Press is posting on Twitter, he made a song or a stand-up entirely based on things said in open court. It was deemed inappropriate, but at least still it's up, unlike the ban that led to moving Combs' trial books to Google Play. Okay. So remember I told y'all, like, I had oh, it's over there. I have one of his books, the first week book, and it was on Amazon. But after that first week, they wouldn't let him put his books up on Amazon anymore. So now he's on Google Play. But look, they demonetized his video. No ads or limited ads. You can still, you know, play it. But he made like a stand-up routine.
All right. All right. That's some more talking about self and not about the case. Okay. A lot of these YouTubers, they spend hours talking about they self, but their video is named to be talking about the case. Can we talk about the case and not talk about you and your accomplishments? Can we get that? Can we get that? Can we talk about the case and not talk about you and your book? Okay, you know, it's okay to stop and pause and tell people to buy something. That's cool, but good God Almighty, you know, let's talk about the case. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe for me. I appreciate you. It's free. It don't cost no money. I really need it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's see what he's talking about. Hopefully he's talking about the case.
After graduating from college,
you know, because these people are on the ground. These people are on the ground, and they on the ground talking about them. ain't that something?
And they want to do so. Can we do a collab? Can I come on your channel? Hell no. Hell no. Get out of here. Get out of here. All these black reporters was going to the marshals. Why is he here? The hip hop freak. But every time I come in the morning, the marshals be like, yo, what up? Spot, I watch your calisthenics. Or I get crazy love. And that's why principle of polarity in the Kabbalah, that two poles, right? Hot and cold. And in between that pole, there's millions of degrees of varying vibrations in between low self-esteem, self-hatred, and self-love. Self-hatred at this side, self-love over here. And in between is millions and millions of varying degrees. And the only way you could get to the level of self-confidence that I got, the self-love that I have, the self-esteem, the bravado, the courage, the self-respect, the dignity, the self-acceptance, self-approval, is because once I was at the level of self-hatred, self-rejection, no self-confidence. Uh, uh,
Can we talk about the case? I thought the channel was about the case. I don't know. I don't understand. What the hell are we talking about here? Okay, I thought we was talking. You're at the courtroom, and court is going on right now. Why are you outside talking about your esteem? If you want to encourage the people, just go in your office and talk to the people. You know, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, law and crime is okay. Let's see what law and crime is out on the scenes right now. They are saying that okay, they in the courtroom. Azusa, how other participants here? Agent Cerullo, let's see about after the show. Jane is in town. The room at Trump. Man down. I think this is a good time to take a break. All right. So that's but right now we're just at a standstill with the courts. They're not really doing much. They're not doing much right now. They're not doing much right now. So basically, y'all, that is it. That's what's going on with the whole case. Is right now they're trying to determine. They're trying to find that prostitution, and that's their main target. Their main target is getting the receipts on buying poo nanny, and that's what this is about. This is about a man that is overly exhausted with freakiness. This is about the people that came to him enjoyed the freakiness and got paid for actually being freaky. Okay, they gave up their sweet loving and their time, and they were compensated for their time. They were compensated for it. So the world is mad because Diddy is super freaky, and of course he had a situation with Casey. Of course, most of those people already got paid. For whatever evil that he did to them. So the feds is trying to work up what can they do to get him the rest of his life and take everything that he have. Men, you have to be careful in this hour. You have to be careful to what you do and how you do it. That's why, as a man, you have to be careful with what you do and how you do it, because it's not like it used to be. It used to be a time when you meet women and everything is on secret, everything is quiet. She didn't want her business out there, you didn't want your business out there. Y'all kept it what they would call 100. Everybody was quiet. You didn't know who the baby was for. She was faithful to the mission. She knew her place. She be quiet, and she never said who the baby was for. The baby didn't find out who the daddy was until it was 27 years old. But it's not like that no more, because the more resources and assets that you have, the more people want to dig deeper into your pockets and try to manipulate and take from you, and they want what you have. That's why you have to be careful about your circle, especially if you have anything of worth, anything of talent. If you have talent, if you have money, if you have assets, if you have resources, sometimes it's always good to get you one person that you trust, that you're going to do everything with. That's including having sex. That's why it is not safe to go around having multiple partners. It's not safe going around having multiple partners when you in a certain stance in life. You own your home, you got a few cars, you have a good job, you're making 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures. You're able to sleep in a high rise on Monday and sleep in a townhome on Friday, and camp out at a beach on Saturday. Okay, and then some people can have 4 or 5 different women at one time. In this hour, in this day, this is not a good time to play like that. This is not a good time to play like that, because people are looking to get into your pockets to take from you, and they want to manipulate you. And if they have to sue you on any type of allegation, you have to be careful. And that's why I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that celebrities are dumb than a box of rocks. They are so dumb until they are dumber than a box of rocks. Now, you know that you're walking around here with $1 billion, and you're sitting out here willy-nilly having sex with any old body and bringing anybody into your hotels, anybody into your cars, anybody into your apartments. And you got all these people coming in here doing these freak nasty parties, these sex shows, and all this kind of stuff, tying women to the bed, putting dog collars around their neck, making them say roof and beat me daddy and all that kind of stuff. You know that they eventually they gonna go home and look at how they really living, and then all they got to do is scream the word, call an attorney that's money hungry, an ambulance chasing attorney, and tell that attorney, I have been raped. They can go down to the hospital and get them a nice little rape kit because your stuff is still laying in their body. And all of a sudden now you have a civil suit. They're not gonna go to the police. No, they're not gonna go to the police. What that's gonna do for them? They're gonna go and file that lawsuit. Most lawsuits get settled. It's going to get settled for a few million. They're going to live their life. They're going to go on. They don't care about their name being tarnished. They don't care because they got 10 million in the bank. They can retire. They can sit down somewhere, live on a nice big piece of land with a lake in the back. It's like, whatever. The world talk about me. I don't care. I got $10 million out this nigga. Okay, I got $10 million out this clown. Who cares? Okay, they're going to go get married. They're going to have a child. And then they're going to start pastoring, winning souls to Christ. And you're going to be out there stuck with 10 million less, times 4 or 5. That's why you have to be careful when you have money, you have assets, you have resources. These days it's so bad right now. If you decide to get romantically involved with people, you got to have some non-disclosure agreements. You need cameras now. You need recordings. You need to let them know once they walk into the door. Hey, I got cameras in here. Hey, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I got. I'm recording everything that we say. You are not being molested. You are not being raped. You are not being essayed. You're not. None of that is going on these days. You need all of that because man, these people are ruthless out here. Okay, I've seen girls who try to target men who that they even thought had some money and try to file a civil case on them. Okay. I've seen women try to target men that they just thought they had some money. Yeah, you got a nice car. Yeah, you look good, but don't have a penny in the bank. Been fooling you all this time. Now you just sit up and try to sue this man, and this man and filed bankruptcy the same day you won your lawsuit. You don't have a dime to his name, and all his cars and his mama name. You got to be careful. You got to be careful how you roll. Don't be like a celebrity and be dumb as a box of damn rocks. Good Lord, okay? So that's just what it is. It's just what it is. That's why Diddy's in this situation because he don't know how to keep his mind open and keep his heart open and keep his penis closed. Okay? He don't know how to do that, so that becomes an issue and a problem when you're a celebrity. And or when you just a normal person that just have money, that just have resources. Okay, I'm not rich at all. Even with my little bit, I'm overprotective. There's some things that I'm just not gonna do with a woman. I'm just not gonna do it. Because I don't know what you could turn out to be. I had women to get in my car and they like, why you so uptight? Why you not loose? Yeah, because if I get loose, what you gonna do? Get out this car and scream that I did something to you? No, I want to get to know you. I want to know your mind, your intellect. I want to know where you stand. I want to know, what are you really on? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Do you do drugs? Do you drink a lot? Do you smoke? I want to know all of this stuff so I know how to handle you with the feather. Not saying that we can't be friends because you smoke weed. But I'm going to handle you differently because I don't trust you because of those things. And I have seen what some of those things have done to affect people in so many different ways and drive them to do things that is stupid. Diddy wouldn't be in this shit if he had his the right people surrounding him. Now, you got to keep in mind also, Diddy had a bunch of people around him who ain't worth a damn. They won't even come to court on his behalf. All the people that he didn't help, all the people that he gave money to, all the people he didn't freaked off on, they won't even come to court and show some support. Only maybe 1 or 2 people that came in his support. Everybody, the whole industry then dropped away from him. They don't want their name attached because, a lot of them was involved. A lot of them was involved. So they don't want to really be coming to court showing their face and popping up and have their face all on the scene, all on the news, you know what I'm saying? And and say, hey, such and such showed up today. What that's about. Then you got the bloggers gonna go after them, and you're gonna have all these different people. So they don't really want to be bothered with that stuff, man. So it's like, he's in a he's in a knuckle right about now. I can imagine his emotional stress and things. They say he look like an old man right now, that he's stressing out so bad over this situation. But but I tell you what, they better prosecute Diddy, because if they don't, he's gonna come back with a hell of a lawsuit on the government. Now the government is not immune for fraud. They're not immune from fraud. They're not immune from committing prosecutorial misconduct. They're not immune for false charges. Okay? So they gotta convict that man, or he is going to file that lawsuit. He's going to get paid real big. So he have an option, ladies and gentlemen. He have an option to either he going to get off on this, or either they're going to have to suffer the consequence of bringing this case that had no legitimacy to it. Now, this case is one of those cases where they're trying to keep proving these allegations, but they can only prove the fact that he was buying punani and paying for apartments. Okay, with all of the cases all of the things he's starting, all the things he's charged with. Let's see. Let's go right here. We can easily go to, okay, something happened. Whoa, what was that? Let's not do that. Okay. Don't y'all forget to hit that subscribe of all the cases Diddy is charged with. Okay. Don't y'all forget to hit that subscribe. Listen, okay. Diddy is charged with racketeering conspiracy. Okay. Accused of orchestrating and running a criminal enterprise using his business empire to commit various crimes. Okay. 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Alleged involvement alleged involvement in women into sexual acts, including drug feud freak-offs, sometimes involving male sex workers. Transportation to engage in prostitution, 2 counts. Charged with transporting individuals across straight lines for the purpose of prostitution. Predicate acts alleged under RICO: kidnapping, forced labor, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice, narcotics distribution. Okay? So he's being charged with all of this stuff. Let's go back to it. Racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. Transportation to engage in prostitution. Okay? So they're trying to jump and put all of this into a RICO case. They want all of this to be RICO because they are saying that it was done under the umbrella of his business. Under the umbrella of his business, he was distributing narcotics. That's what they're saying. That he was obstruction of justice, bribing, arson, forced labor, kidnapping, racketeering, conspiracy, RICO, running a criminal enterprise through threats, bribery, forced labor, and arson. Sex trafficking, 2 counts. Forcing individuals into sex acts. Transportation for prostitution, 2 counts. Moving individuals across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. Alleged motive: prosecutors say Combs orchestrated decades long of sex parties, freak-offs, used violence and drugs to control the victims, and leverage employees to manage the logistics, all the while shielding them from the detection or objection. All right. So basically, that's what I'm saying. They're putting all this into an enterprise because they're saying that he was doing this under the umbrella of his business, and it was all a enterprise of people that were handling the duties. Okay, it's kind of like you go put an LLC together and you name your LLC Dana's Cupcakes LLC. Okay, you are selling cupcakes on the front end, but on the back end, you selling cups of ass. You got Ronnie is the delivery driver for the cupcakes, but he's really the pickup person for that ass. You got Sheila is the cashier, but she is really the other person on the other door handling all of the logistics of where things gonna go. So she's doing cashiering work, but on the cool, she's doing this other thing over here and make sure the money good to go get these sex workers. Okay. Then you got Josh. Josh over here on the other side, he's really the lawn care guy. But not only do he do lawn care, he also do drug care. So he's the one that go out and get the dope. But really, he's the lawn guy. Okay. Then you got this other knucklehead over here. You got Rodney over here. Rodney is the janitor. Okay. Yeah, he cleaned up the donut shop. He cleaned up the cupcake shop, and he cleaned out the freezer and all that. But on the other side, Johnny is over here also cleaning out the hotel room from all of the mess that you spewed all on the floor from the bodies of the mess that happens. You cleaning up the sheets, okay? Yes, he cleans up around the cupcake shop, but he also cleans up around the hotel rooms. That's what they're trying to say what Diddy was doing, okay? He was running a legitimate business, but these same people were doing other things outside of the business, what was connected to the business. And then not only that, you are still paying them their salary through the business to commit the same crimes that they are committing. And on the front end, they're still doing their job. But on the back end, see, you are a secretary, goddammit. You're a secretary, but on the back end, you're something else too. And that's how they're trying to get them with that RICO, because these people are getting on there saying, the prosecutors, the government, that went to them and said, hey, look, we're not going to bother y'all. If you tell us the truth, we're not going to file no charges because you're coming clean and you're helping us out. Come clean and tell us the truth on the stand. So they coming clean. Hey, did you work for Diddy? Did you work for Puffy Combs Enterprise? Yes, I did. Okay. In the midst of you working for Puffy Combs, Enterprises, did you do this or did you do that? Yes, I did. Did you also go pick up the drugs? I have picked up drugs. So in the midst of you picking up drugs, have you ever went and picked up pencils and paper? Yes, I went and picked up pencils and paper before. Okay, so you did work a legitimate job for Puffy Combs. Yes, I did work a legitimate job for Puffy Combs. Yes, I did. But on the other end, not only did you work a legitimate job for Puffy Combs, did you also go and prepare the hotel room when he went to London? Yes, I did go there and prepare the hotel room when he went to London. Okay, but did you also clean up the mess that they made in the hotel room from the bodily fluids and the baby oil? Yes, I did clean up some of the stuff. Yes, I did. Let me ask you this: or did you, did you also not only clean up the mess, but did you go for the business and pick up some computers and bring back to the office? Yes, I went to and picked up the computers and brought them back to the office. That was my job. That's what I love working for Mr. Diddy. Mr. Diddy was a great man. I love my job. I always picked up those computers on time and brought them back to the office. Okay, but when you picked up those computers and brought them back to the office, did you stop off and get some heroin? I would have got a little bit. That's where the RICO come in there. That's where the Rico coming in at. You use the enterprise to be on your best bullshit. Okay, that's how they're trying to stick him, ladies and gentlemen. That is how they are trying to stick him. They sticking him because he was using a two-way street into the business. You can't do that, okay? You can't do that, okay? You know, you're using the business to do bad business, okay? So so the government is trying to build a case around that, and not only are the government trying to wrap their case around it, now that you have these people on the stand saying all this stuff, so now not only are we going to wrap this around the case, we're also going to stick these women in here, you know, around this, because that'll put a little pep on it. You know, they got to put a little salt, they got to put a little damage on it. And now you got these women crying about this and this, but where it comes bad at for the women is they also said, ask the women, you know, hey, do you enjoy Diddy? Yes, I enjoy Diddy. Did you have a good time with Diddy? Yes, I had a good time with Diddy. Okay, you had a good time with him. You ever gave him head? All the time. Okay, Diddy head all the time. Yes, I love him. I love Diddy. I love him. I still love him to this day. My husband is okay with me still loving Diddy. My husband was okay with it. Okay. So did Diddy ever fly you in? I mean, yes, of course he flew me in. I was his girlfriend. Oh, when he flew you in, did he happen to give you some money? He paid my rent. Yes, he pays my rent. When he paid the rent, when he paid the rent, was that after you had sex or before or? No, it's a monthly thing. Oh, you a payment plan hoe. Oh, you a payment plan hoe. Is that what you is? No, I know he was my boyfriend. See, they were trying to help him, but couldn't pull it off. They were trying to help him, but they really couldn't help him. And then that's when they went into the sobbing story, the pain. And I did it, but at a certain moment, it no longer became fun. It wasn't fun anymore. After a while, it was just, oh God, I'm tired today, Diddy. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I just don't want to. I don't want to ride it today. You know, I have a movie coming out. You know, and I got to keep my body in shape, and I told Diddy this because I was just tired. You know, we were having so much sex. You know, even though we had the water, you know, in the bags coming in to calm us down and get us off the drugs and things like that. And the nurse was there, the paramedics was there, law enforcement watching out for it. We're paying all these people involved. You know, it's just, I didn't want to have sex today with Diddy. You know, this just wasn't the day. This is wasn't the time to do this. You know, I wanted to take a break from it. And, you know, see, they tried to help him, but they really couldn't help him because the government fishing, they fighting, they trying to get these confessions in and all that kind of stuff, and then bam, Diddy don't have no goddamn witnesses. That's what I heard today. He ain't got no witnesses. Now you done let all these people come in here and talk against you. Come on, Brian Steele, you the coldest lawyer on earth, and you telling me y'all ain't got no witnesses? None? Where the witnesses? So the defense gonna come in with nothing? You let the prosecution team, the prosecution team come up in this courtroom with 900 people, and y'all coming in here with nobody? Diddy might go to jail. See, I was thinking in my mind that well, maybe he might not. You know, it's a possibility. I don't know. Brian Steele, I'm not gonna take for him because he's a miracle worker now. Brian Steele is a good lawyer. He's a good. He could. What's that? You know, that guy now. He got one of them guys off. You know, so I mean, he's a miracle worker. He know how to get it done. But however, you know, in this case with Diddy, it's going to be very hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be hard for him to come off of this because you got so much working against you. When you got that much stuff working up against you, when you got that much stuff empowering your negative influence, that begins to become a problem and that begins to become an issue because now you are being tarnished and you are being pulled and dragged in the mud by the same people that you loved and you thought that you were helping. See, Diddy messed up right there when he allowed these people in his life and thought that these people was going to be a help. And you know, they tried to help him, but it went sour after a while. So now it's like, what's gonna happen now? We don't know, and that's why we're on the trial and we're trying to find out: is Diddy gonna come home, or is he gonna go to jail? You know, don't y'all forget to hit that subscribe, that like, that share, all that stuff. I'm just a little short, fat black boy that eat chitlins from Texas, and I just want to just grow my little channel. Ain't nobody on here, okay? I got 500 people subscribe, and they all 500 don't give a damn, okay? So if y'all would just help me out by sharing, liking, subscribing, okay? I got a professional setup camera, but what's the point when I only got 4 views, okay? So y'all come on in and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. It would help me so much. It would allow me to be able to break into this whole YouTube thing again. I used to be on YouTube back in the day, and I'm coming back in a different way, in a different light, or whatever the case may be. I want to have some fun with you. I want to make you laugh. I want to listen to you. I want to be respectful to every single person. Yes, we gonna sometimes get into some shit, but at the end of the day, it's still love no matter what. I may talk crazy sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'll give you the shirt off my back if you're worth it. Now if you just try to shit on me and try to diddy me, now we got a problem because I can't let you diddy me. I can't let you do it. I got a wife. I got kids. I can't be embarrassed and let a grown man diddy me out. I just cannot do it. And I'm not gonna diddy nobody out. I don't care if you're a woman, a man, a boy, girl. It don't matter what you is. I'm not doing it, okay? Because I understand what Diddy is going through right now. And you better keep your ass out the women house. Stay out the women house. Stay out the women house. Okay? Y'all stay out the women house before you get yourself in some trouble. You can't get your like grandma and them used to say, you gonna get yourself in something where your ass can't cash it. Okay, that's just what it is. So what's going on in the Diddy trial right now? We haven't got any more good news. We haven't got no more updates. We haven't got any more updates so far. I see. About 4 minutes ago. Okay. He said that they back. What does for him to text? Now they're asking different questions or whatever the case. What is it? They are going between the 2 and the 1 and the 3. They're trying to come to conclusions and they fighting against each other. They still talking about money. Every time you see it, they talking about money. They're talking about the exchange of funds, okay, because they're trying to establish, as we talked about and said earlier, they're trying to establish the conspiracy, the racketeering, the conspiracy between the money and the sex and the paying for and the cash. They're trying to point out and get to the forcing the individual into the sexual acts. They are trying to get into to find out how can they financially input this situation into the transportation of prostitution, and they're trying to see how moving these individuals from to to fro, from one part of the land to the next part of the land. How did this take place? How can we attach the RICO into the business enterprise? How can we put it there? That's what they're trying to find out, how they're going to get this stuff where it need to be. The prosecutors are trying to orchestrate with the defense and trying to see if the defense can have any leak spots in it. The defense is trying to see if the prosecution have any leak spots. Everybody trying to see where the leak says so they can try to dive in and try to butcher Diddy as much as they possibly can, because the government wants to see Diddy under the ground. He's too powerful. He's too wealthy. He got too much money. He got too much influence going on around him. Anytime that you are the big wig in a state, it becomes a problem, especially if you're a black man. You cannot be a big wig. It just cannot happen. They do not want that for you. That's why New York is the worst place to ever be when it comes to RICO charges, when it comes to big money, when it comes to all of this kind of stuff, mafia, big money type situations. If you got $1 billion, do not ever move to New York. Don't take your ass nowhere near New York. Don't go to California. Don't go to New York. Don't go to California. You know what I'm saying? You better get your shit and get out of there and get your ass to Texas. Because one thing about Texas, Texas love billionaires, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they do. Texas love them some billionaires because they know the billionaires is going to pour into the economy system. The billionaires is going to come here and they're going to get them couple buildings. They're going to open up some studios. They're going to get some action going. They're going to open up some restaurants. They're going to get us even fatter than what we are. You know, they're going to invest in the life of the Texans and things like that, and the lives of the rodeo life and all of that. They're going to support. They're going to pour into the city. So they're going to embrace billionaires, and they're not going to be trying to prosecute the billionaires. Okay, but New York, California, don't take your ass to. You get $1 billion in New York, you get $1 billion in California, your ass better move immediately, because James coming for you. Letitia James coming for you. She coming for you. If you got some money, she coming. Okay, that's just what it is. The federal government down there in California and New York, they coming for everybody that got some money. If you got a name with some money and you make more money than the marshal, it's going to be a problem. If you make more money than the prosecutor, it's going to be a problem. If you make more money than the FBI, that's a problem. That's not going to happen. So if you get $1 billion, don't move to New York. Don't move to California. Bring your ass down to Texas, so Texas can hide your ass. That's what Texas is going to do. Texas is going to let you buy that big old ranch back there, down there, yonder behind that tree, over there, down about that little street, over there by the stop sign, pass up the red light, around yonder, over by the small building to your right there. 497 acres. Go buy that, build you a mansion, do what you got to do, put you some horses out there, put you some cows, contribute to the culture of Texas, and you'll never have a problem, okay? But if you got a bunch of money, you go to them other places like New York and California, your ass going to jail, okay? You're going to jail. That's where your ass going, okay? So you better keep your ass from over there and bring your ass down to the South so you can help the South out, and then we can go ahead and invest in our economy system and we can get some jobs, okay? But you can't Diddy us. That's not what we're going to have. We're not going to have no Diddy shit going on. Don't think about the South. You don't hear too much Diddy type stuff. You always going to hear down there, California, down there in New York and all that stuff over there. New Jersey, you don't hear about it down there because there's a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of women, a whole bunch of prostitution, a whole bunch of bullshit. But you come down to Texas, you're going to be just fine. Come on down to Texas. Come on down to the South, Louisiana, Mississippi. Don't go to Georgia. Please stay out of Georgia. You got Fannie Willis down there. She ain't about shit. Fannie Willis is going to lock your ass up too. She wants your money. Okay, but you come down back this way, you're going to be just fine. Okay, let's see what's going on in Diddy trial. Do we have any updates? Let's find out. Let's see. Let's refresh the screen. If there's any bitty, don't y'all forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. Y'all come on and support me. I really appreciate y'all. If y'all come on in and support me. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know, I got 1, 2, 3 people watching, looking at me and see what I'm doing. Listen, I'm just a little country boy. I'm off today, and I just try to spend an hour or two on the internet, on YouTube, just to talk to everybody. Everybody get acquainted with me. You know, we learn from each other. I'm gonna learn from you, you learn from me, and I got so much that I can give you, and I'm sure you got a lot that you can give me. Maybe one day you can buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate it. You know, it ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt you at all. It's just love. You know, if you could buy me a cup of coffee, man, I would appreciate it, because I tell you what, if I got a cup of coffee, my ass will talk all day and all goddamn night. I'm from Texas, baby, and we gonna have a conversation. If you buy me a pot of beans, I'll be your goddamn friend. If you buy me a pot of gumbo, I would never let you leave my life. But one thing I can't do, I can't let you Diddy me. No, baby. I can't let you Diddy me. I love you, but you can't Diddy me. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. The U.S. 28. Let's see. 7 minutes ago, Azusa, what does Jane text to Mr. Williams, the agent? Cecilio, would you like to come to New York City? What does the Fahim? They still talking about money. That's this whole goddamn case about money. They still talking about money, y'all. Still talking about money. They still talking about money. The whole damn case is about money. Diddy, Diddy offer y'all $50 million to get him out of jail. Y'all should have took the 50 million, let the man go. Because the whole case is about goddamn money in the first place. That's all y'all really want. Y'all just really want the man money. So just tell him. Just why don't the government just come out and say it? Diddy, we want your money. Okay? We want your money. We don't give a damn you whoop Casey ass. You already paid her for it. We don't give a damn that you've been screwing these men over here. Okay, you already gave them some money. We don't care that you have been, having all these freak offs and sex parties. I mean, all Diddy did at the sex party, all he did was jack off anyway. That's pretty much all he ever did. Hey, you don't see nothing about him hitting nothing. Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about Diddy actually having sex. Okay. I ain't heard nothing. See, he wasn't like R. Kelly, my boy R. Kelly. He wasn't like R. Kelly. R. Kelly was really getting them. Okay, he was getting down with the get down. Diddy wasn't even having sex. He was just jacking off. Good God. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you so much. Yeah. That's all he was doing. That's all he was doing. He wasn't even messing with them people. They was having sex with each other. Ladies and gentlemen. That's it. They were having sex with each other, and Diddy was just sitting there. Diddy was just paying for everybody to have sex. Okay? That's what this mess is all about. A bunch of foolishness. That's what it is. Okay, we're just trying to find, is there any more conversation coming out of the courthouse right now? We are trying to see, is there any more? Let's go over to, we're going to listen to Neek at Night, okay? And we're going to see if she got some information over there on her podcast. It don't look like she have any information. She over there talking about her fans.
Make sure y'all follow Neek. I've been following Neek for a long time.
Okay, you see, that's what I'm talking about. People reporting from the courthouse, but they promoting their channels. Huh? How the fuck you do that? Okay, y'all, you report from the courthouse, and you're not. I mean, how does that even work? How are you reporting from the courthouse, and you're not reporting what's going on? They're reporting from the courthouse. These YouTubers. But they promoting their channels. They're not even talking about the case. Now, I'm off today. Okay, I said I wasn't doing no work besides some other stuff I want to do for an event I want to plan for. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. We just got to keep it moving. Law and crime is not saying anything right now. Nobody's not really saying much. I guess they can't get in the courthouse. Maybe that's what it could be. I don't know. But don't y'all forget to subscribe to my channel and show me some love. I'm going to come back to y'all later on once we get more updates on this situation. We're going to laugh. We're going to talk. Listen, I'm going to give you a good time, and hopefully I can say something that'll brighten up your day a little bit, take the pressure off you. I will be back later on today, and I promise you we're going to definitely catch up. Share the video, like it, show me some love, and I'll show you some love. I'll be back. Yeah, I will. I'm telling you I'm coming back.